Have you ever considered that the loose change you casually toss into your piggy bank might hold the key to immense wealth? A seemingly insignificant 1-cent coin could fetch a price at auction sufficient to buy a luxury mansion with a swimming pool in North America. This isn't a fairy tale, but a real life case from the coin auction market. Today, we're not talking about luck, but the historical logic, legal policies, and multi-million-dollar collectible value hidden behind these coins. Hold your breath and carefully examine every coin you have. The door to wealth might be opening for you. The first legendary coin is the 1943 copper Lincoln cent. To understand its value, we must go back to that era of war and turmoil. In 1942, World War I was in full swing. To support the war effort, the government issued extremely strict metal resource restriction laws. Copper, as an important strategic reserve material, had to be prioritized for the manufacture of bullet casings and communication cables. The War Production Board issued an executive order requiring the mint to find alternative materials. Therefore, the 1943 cent coins were changed from the original copper alloy to a steel core plated with zinc. These coins appeared silvery white and were noticeably lighter. However, during the process of officially switching materials on the production line, a very small number of copper alloy blanks from the previous year remained in the hoppers of the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints. These leftover copper blanks were fed into the high-speed presses. Without anyone noticing, they were stamped with the 1943 year mark. This is an extremely rare material error in numismatics. This type of error was almost impossible to escape the quality control process at the time. But a very small number of these copper coins did indeed enter circulation. The globally recognized number of surviving coins is only 20 to 40th in the coin collecting world. These coins are called war orphans. Their value lies not only in their rarity but also in the fact that they record the resource allocation policies of that special era. In 2010, a 1943- D copper cent produced at the Denver Mint made a stunning appearance at an auction. This coin was rated as being in extremely high condition. Ultimately, it sold for the astronomical price of $1.70 million. According to current market valuations, the purchasing power of this single coin could indeed buy a luxury mansion. Many viewers might ask, I have a whole bunch of 1943 silver coins at home. Are they worth that much? It's crucial to understand the difference. The vast majority of 1943 pennies you see are steel coins. Hundreds of millions of these steel coins exist. Because they are prone to rusting, the galvanizing process at the time wasn't perfect. Many of these steel coins are now only worth a few cents or a few dollars. The simplest way to identify a 1943 copper penny is to use a magnet. A genuine 1943 coin worth millions will not be attracted to a magnet. If your coin is attracted to a magnet, it's a common steel score coin. Another method of counterfeiting involves plating a thin layer of copper onto the surface of a steel coin. This fake coin will still be attracted to a magnet. A more advanced physical identification method is weighing. A real copper coin weighs approximately 3.11 grams, while a common steel coin weighs only about 2.7 grams. This tiny physical difference is the dividing line between poverty and immense wealth. A genuine 1943 copper coin will show unique metallic flow lines under a magnifying glass. These flow lines are formed during the pressing process as copper atoms diffuse towards the edges under high pressure. The surface of a counterfeit coin is usually rather dull. If you see a slight anomaly at the end of the number 3 in the year, it might have been modified using welding techniques. Counterfeiters might cut off half of the 8 from a 1948 coin to make it look like a third, however. Under a microscope, these welding marks cannot be hidden. The second type is the 1944 steel penny. This coin is a perfect mirror image of the previous logic. In 1944, the government decided to resume the production of copper coins. However, to save costs, they used discarded shell casings recycled from the battlefield. During this production transition, some 1943 steel blanks remained in the hopper. Therefore, a very small number of 1944 coins were accidentally pressed with a steel core. This reverse material error is also a treasure in the eyes of collectors. Its rarity surpasses even that of the 1943 copper penny. If you're sifting through 1944 coins and find one that's white or attracted to a magnet, be sure to keep it safe immediately. It might be the one that could buy you a whole property. The identification logic for the 1944 steel penny is the opposite of the 1943 copper penny. It must be attracted to a magnet. Its weight should be around 2.7 grams. Its edges will have a gray shadow formed by the oxidation of the zinc layer. This metallic texture cannot be replicated by later electroplating. Besides these two wartime legends, there's another highly renowned variety in the penny series, the 1955 double-die penny. This is the most famous visual error in American coin history. It's not hidden in subtle details, but extremely prominent. Due to a significant angular misalignment during the minting process, the text and year on the obverse of the coin show a clear double outline. Lincoln's profile appears to have a ghost image. This type of coin was first discovered in large quantities in a vending machine in Massachusetts. Currently, a well-preserved 1955 double-die penny fetches between $2 and $50,000 on the market. Identifying it is very simple if you see the year 1955 extending to the side like overlapping shadows. It's genuine. However, be aware that if only Lincoln's portrait has a double image and the text doesn't, it might just be a common mechanical double strike and not valuable. You should also look out for the 1916-S double-die penny. This error occurred because the die was struck twice during the manufacturing process, but the second strike was slightly misaligned. This resulted in a noticeable double image of the year numbers and the word LIBERTY on the obverse of the coin. This double image is clearly visible to the naked eye. In 2008, a perfect condition 1916-S double-die penny sold for $126,000. When inspecting, pay special attention to ensure that the double image appears on both the year and the text. If there is only simple doubling without the S mark, or if the S mark is also doubled, it may simply be a defective coin caused by ordinary mechanical vibration, significantly reducing its value. A true double-die coin is due to an error in the die itself, resulting in consistent details across all minted coins. Also, pay special attention to a particular type of 1992 penny. This is known as the close AM version. On the reverse of the coin, the letters A and M in the word A, MERICA are very close together, almost touching. This is because the mint mistakenly used I intended for proof coins to produce regular circulation coins. This minor I mix up caused a coin originally worth 1 cent to skyrocket in value to $2. Identifying this variety requires you to observe the spacing between the letters on the right side of the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse of the coin. If the bottoms of the A and M are almost touching, then congratulations. You found a windfall. In the world of 25-cent coins, or quarters as we commonly call them, there are also tremendous opportunities for wealth. First, there are the 1932-D and 1932-S Washington quarters. 1932 was the first year of issue for the Washington quarter. Due to the Great Depression, production at the Denver and San Francisco mints was drastically reduced. The Denver Mint produced only about 430,000 coins, and the San Francisco Mint produced about 400,000. In comparison, the Philadelphia Mint produced over 5 million. If you can find a 1932 coin in your coin collection with a D or S mint mark below the eagle on the reverse, even in average condition, it's worth hundreds of dollars. If it's in uncirculated condition, a single coin can easily fetch over $30. Another very interesting variety is the 1970-S overstruck quarter. This coin is extremely rare. It's a 1970 die struck onto a 1941 Canadian coin. Under a magnifying glass, you can faintly see the 1941 markings. This cross-country material error has fetched as much as $35,000 at auction. These coins are usually found in households that have large collections of proof coin sets. For those who frequently shop at supermarkets, don't miss the 2019 and 2020 quarters with the W mint mark. This is a great gift from the mint in recent years. To promote coin collecting, the West Point Mint produced a very small number of circulating coins and mixed them directly into the change systems across the country. Only 2 million of each variety were produced. This sounds like a lot, But spread across the entire country, they become extremely rare. A brand minus new W mint mark coin can sell for $15 to $30 on the secondary market. High minus grade versions are worth even more. In the nickel series, the 1937 minus die 3 minus legged buffalo nickel is a well minus known rarity. The cause of this error is quite dramatic. A mint employee, while attempting to repair scratches on a die, over minus polished it, accidentally grinding off the buffalo's front right leg. This resulted in coins being minted with a buffalo that appeared to have only 3 legs. These coins typically fetch between $1,000 and $20,000 on the market when authenticating them. Note that the ground beneath the missing leg should be smooth. Faint outlines due to wear do not qualify as a 3-legged coin. Additionally, there will be metal flow lines beneath the buffalo's belly, a genuine mark of the damaged die. Next, we'll discuss the 1916-D Mercury dime. This is the king of the dime series. 1916 was the first year of issue for this series, and the Denver Mint produced only 264,000 of them. This is an extremely low mintage number. Many of these coins were lost during circulation. If you have a 1916 dime with a small d below the FASCES on the reverse, its starting price is around $1,000. Those in excellent condition can sell for over $40,000 th. The key to authenticating this coin lies in the shape of the D letter. On genuine coins, the edges of the D are rounded, and the inner hole of the letter has a specific olive shape. Now we'll move into a higher level of collecting the 1909 mine, the SSVDB Lincoln cent. This is the progenitor of the Lincoln cent series. In 1909, to commemorate the 100th anniversary of President Lincoln's birth, the government decided to change the design of the cent. They invited the renowned artist Victor David Brenner to design it. Brenner engraved his initials V, D, B at the bottom of the coin's reverse. However, in the first week of the coin's official release, public opinion erupted in strong protest. People felt the designer's initials were too prominent, essentially an advertisement for himself. Under pressure, the mint quickly ordered production to stop. They demanded that the initials be removed from the dies. The VDB version produced at the San Francisco Mint marked with an S had an extremely low mintage of only 484. This brief policy fluctuation created a lasting legend in numismatic history. If you find a 1909 Lincoln cent with the distinct VD initials at the bottom of the reverse side and an S mint mark below the year on the obverse, you're one step closer to financial freedom. Identifying this coin requires a high level of expertise. The position of the S mint mark is crucial. It must be directly below the year 1909, under a microscope. The genuine S mark has clear serifs. If the mark is blurry or misplaced, it's likely a later addition. The 3 capital letters VDB on the reverse have a specific spacing. On a genuine coin, the hole in the middle of the letter D is a perfect rectangle. The curve of the letter B is smooth. Many counterfeit coins reveal themselves in these microminous details. Furthermore, you should examine the texture of Lincoln's beard. On an uncirculated genuine coin, the beard's engravings vary in depth, giving it a strong 3-dimensional effect. If you want to go even further, we must mention the 1933 Saint-Gaudens double eagle gold coin. This coin is considered the Holy Grail of the numismatic world. Its creation was set against a backdrop of intense political and economic turmoil. In 1933, the Great Depression swept across the United States. President Franklin D. Roosevelt, to save the collapsing financial system, signed the famous Executive Order 6102. This order required citizens to surrender their gold coins to the Federal Reserve. Private ownership of gold was declared illegal. This policy resulted in the almost complete melting down of the 440,000 double eagle gold coins that had already been produced. The government only kept 2, which were deposited in the Smithsonian Institution. However, during the melting process, a very small number of coins were secretly taken out by mint employees. These coins circulated in the underground market for many years. The Secret Service conducted a decades-long cross-border operation to recover them. In 2021, a single 1933 double eagle gold coin legally entering private collection, sold for $18.89 million at Sotheby's auction house. This amount could buy not only a house, but an entire street. The craftsmanship of this coin represents the pinnacle of minting technology. The obverse of the coin depicts the Statue of Liberty striding forward, holding a torch. The background features a silhouette of the Capitol building. The folds of the goddess's drapery are incredibly intricate, with each line meticulously crafted. The reverse shows an eagle soaring in the sunlight. The coin's edge is not serrated, but instead inscribed with a Latin motto. Authenticating this gold coin requires laboratory-grade equipment. Because it is made of pure gold, its metal density is unique. Any counterfeit containing other metals would fail the Archimedes buoyancy test. Now let's look at the 1800 for silver dollar. It is known in collector circles as the king of coins. Interestingly, although it bears the date 1804, it was actually specially minted after 1834 as a diplomatic gift. At the time, the government needed to present valuable gifts to foreign royalty. They discovered that there were no official records of silver dollar production in 1804. Therefore, to complete a set of coins, the mint specially produced this batch. This unique purpose, spanning across time, gives it an extremely high premium value. Every transaction involving these coins generates widespread media coverage globally. Its distinctive craftsmanship is evident in the misalignment of the edge lettering. Because it was hand-pressed, the lettering on the edge is often not perfectly symmetrical. The Statue of Liberty portrait on the obverse exhibits a typical early classical style. The degree of curl in the hair and the depth of the eyes are extremely difficult to replicate with modern minting techniques. There's also the 1820 $5 gold coin. According to official records, over 17,000 were produced that year. However, due to fluctuating gold prices and melting policies over the years, only 3 are known to exist worldwide today. 2 are in museums and only 1 is in private hands. This extreme supply-demand imbalance keeps its price at the very top of the market. This coin has a small diameter but considerable thickness. The obverse features Lady Liberty wearing a soft cap inscribed with the word LIBRTY. This design is known as the turban head. The detail of this portrait lies in the texture of the cap and the lines of the goddess's neck. Any minor wear will cause its value to drop by hundreds of thousands of dollars. When you possess these suspected treasures, how you care for and handle them will determine your ultimate profit. First, never clean the coins. This is the most common and fatal mistake made by novices. You might think cleaning them makes them look better, but in the eyes of experts, the original luster unnatural patina are the soul of the coin. Any chemical cleaning solution or mechanical friction will leave microscopic scratches on the coin's surface. These scratches are easily visible under a grading agency's microscope. Once determined to have been cleaned, the value will instantly plummet by 90%. The correct approach is to pick up the coin by its edges using soft cotton gloves. Do not touch the obverse or reverse of the coin. The oils and acidic substances on your hands will oxidize the metal surface. You should store the coin in a PVC-free coin holder, also known as an on-PVC flip. If the transparent hard plastic contains PVC, it will produce a green slime over time, corroding the coin's surface. Environmental humidity must also be strictly controlled. High humidity will cause unsightly black spots on copper coins and cause silver coins to lose their luster. If you find thick dirt on the coin, you can soak it in high-purity acetone. Acetone will not damage the metal but will dissolve organic impurities. After soaking, let it air dry naturally. Absolutely do not wipe it with a cloth. For silver coins, if a rainbow like patina appears, don't think it's rust. This phenomenon is called toning in the collecting world. If a coin has developed a natural patina from being stored for a long time in a specific cardboard box or envelope, its value will be far higher than a bright white silver coin. A Morgan silver dollar with a captivating blue-purple patina can fetch 10 times the price of a regular version at auction. Before trading or having your coins appraised, you need to understand the Sheldon 70-point grading scale. Each point from 1 to 70 represents a significant difference in value. MS 70 represents a flawless coin. MS 60 represents a coin that is uncirculated but has minor scratches from the manufacturing process. If your coin is graded MS65 or higher, its value will be several times that of a regular coin. To ensure the fairness of the appraisal, you should only use a few recognized authoritative institutions, namely PCGS and NGC. They will perform X-ray, spectral analysis, and microscopic morphological comparison on the coins. Coins that pass the appraisal will be sealed in an anti-counterfeiting plastic case. This is called encapsulation. Encapsulated coins have extremely high liquidity in the auction market because buyers no longer need to worry about authenticity. You need to learn to identify the authenticity of the grading case. A genuine grading case has complex watermarks, laser labels, and a unique barcode. You can log into the institution's official website and enter the number to check. If the photo in the search results does not match the actual coin, it means the case has been tampered with or the label is counterfeit. When conducting transactions, be wary of small shops on the roadside displaying high price buyback signs. They often take advantage of your lack of market knowledge and induce you to sell at extremely low prices. You can first check the latest gray sheet. This is a wholesale price guide for the coin industry. If your coin is of high value, the safest channel is through large auction houses, such as Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers. These auction houses have top-tier collectors worldwide, allowing your treasure to achieve maximum value through bidding. You need to learn to identify common scams. There are many counterfeit coins made by modifying genuine coins. For example, attaching an S mark to a regular 1909 coin, or changing the number 1948 to 1943. These altered coins usually have subtle gaps at the edges of the markings. Covering with nail polish or plating the surface are also common counterfeiting methods. Before trading, you can request high-definition macro photographs from the other party. Observe the pressure marks on the text. Genuine coins have very strong pressure marks, and the edges of the text have a distinct raised appearance, as if rising from the base. Counterfeit coins, on the other hand, usually have smoother edges and lack this sharpness. We also need to discuss the edges of the coins. Many rare coins have unique embossing or lettering on their edges. These details are fixed in the minting dies. Observing the edges from the side can effectively identify counterfeits made by welding two coins together. A genuine coin's edge is a complete, seamless whole. Besides these modern treasures, we cannot overlook the ancient coins that have gone out of circulation, such as the 19th century Morgan and Peace silver dollars. These coins not only have a high silver content, but also carry the history of America's westward expansion. If you find a whole roll of unopened silver dollars while sorting through your elders' belongings, do not open it casually. Unopened rolls of silver dollars command a very high premium in the collector's market. This is because it means the coins have never been touched by hand, and there is a high probability of them receiving a high grade. In this era of digital payments, physical currency is gradually disappearing. This also means that every existing coin is becoming increasingly valuable. Wealth is often hidden in the details. I hope that in your busy lives, you can also have the joy of exploring the unknown. May you, with your keen insight, reap your own unexpected surprises on this land.